wild side. I made it through the hot spell that we were given, and it really wasn't even that bad. Yesterday hit the 90s. Today was supposed to hit the 90s. It was 3 days, and today it didn't even hit the 90s. And then oh wait, no. Yeah, I don't think it hit the 90s. And then tomorrow it was supposed to hit the 90s. Tomorrow was the third day, and it's forecasted in the 80s, 88, something like that. And but it's usually not even as extreme as it's forecast. So I made it, which means I can get back outside more. I was doing pretty good getting stuff done in the 80s, but then when I got to the 90s, I just hung out inside, and that was fun. Watched a good John Wayne movie today, which we'll talk about tomorrow. And I can get back to working with the horses. I got to thinking, man, why have I been neglecting them? Well, I forgot. I decided just because it's hot and smoky, I wasn't going to mess with them. And so, anyway, probably not tomorrow, but maybe the next day. And speaking of that, there's a lot less smoke now. The wind finally came. The wind makes the heat more bearable, and it's been really calm the last few days, which made for really smoky skies. But now, that may not look any better because I can't zoom in, but I can see a lot farther now than I could just yesterday. So that's exciting. I haven't been smoking all my life and don't like to be breathing it. And they think I got a treat for them. And then the people in town, of course, they've got it even worse. Hey, by the way, Dead Wolf Resistance, glad you made it, man. Thanks for commenting. And so tomorrow morning, we got some good movies to discuss. I watched The Shootist, and I watched Lawman. And Lawman is not John Wayne, but anyway, been watching some good westerns. So we're going to discuss that over on the other channel. And if anyone's new here, that's over on the wild side. So I'm going to keep doing these updates. I enjoy them because I'm off of social media, even though we'll see what becomes of them. Able to track my progress. I decided I wanted to track it, and I'm not posting on Facebook anymore, so I thought maybe some people, I'll give them a place to see my progress. So in case we got any new viewers here, I live off-grid in eastern Washington. I've been doing it for about 8-9 years, depends on how you count the first year. And I live in the desert. I've got an artesian well for water. I'm very simplistic in the way that I live. I do have a freezer, and I live in a 70 square foot little cabin that I built on a trailer. It's nice and insulated, so it's easy to heat, easy to cool. And so it's a big part of my way is minimalism. I've seen other off-grid channels, and it's way more complicated than it needs to be. I mean, people can do it however they want, but as far as needs to be, it can be done simpler, and that's how I do it. So I have decided, though, I've got this cabin here, and I might as well live in it. And so as I've been talking about, I debated on whether to take this mudroom off, but I decided to. And now that it's moved, I just got it moved, and I'm really happy that I've taken it off because I'm excited. I really like the classic home where there's a front porch and overhang, whatever the overhang is called. You would think I would know, but you know, it's a roof, so it's a covered porch. And that's why I took that mudroom off, because the mudroom was super handy. I'm gonna try to get it. I gotta be here where I can get service, but I'm gonna try to get where you can see it a little better. And so it's got the flat front now. I'm gonna recover that with maybe even use 1-inch OSB because we've got pack rats around here. And then I'm going to go over it with hardy siding, most likely, to keep the pack rats discouraged from getting in there. So that's what I got to do, is cover the entire thing, make it mouse-proof, make it rat-proof. And if I use the lap siding that's hardy siding, then it can have a historical look, because I would like for it to have a historical look when it's all said and done. We'll see. So anyway, I'm pretty excited. I was hemming and hawing on how to do this because I overthink things, and finally I decided, you know what, I'm overthinking it. It can be way easier than I thought, than I'm thinking. Is I put little skids down on the bottom right there on both sides, hooked a chain to it, pulled it, and it was indeed a lot simpler than I was making it. Now I'm going to go in, brace the heck out of that thing with 2x6s and 2x4s, so I can then attach it from this side and drag it on up there to the horses, and the horses will have some shade and rain cover. And I'm going to build it a little bigger. But anyway, I'm pretty excited for this. So maybe tomorrow. Well, I don't think tomorrow. Anyway, I got to get it dragged up there to the horses. So anyway, that's the update on the cabin. That was a big hurdle. I got to go around, finish prepping it all so I can start covering it. And then once I cover the exterior, I'm going to gut the interior, spray it down with some nice habitation, and then it'll be clean enough that I can move into it and work on it while I'm living in it, even if it doesn't have insulation. All right, comments. I've seen your comments. We'll talk about the shootist here. Oh, Dead Wolf Resistance. Yeah, you've got bad smoke too there, huh? I've been wondering how bad it is in other states. I'm not on Facebook, so I don't keep up with that stuff like I used to. The Shootist is one of your favorites. That was a dang good movie. John Wayne movies, I only got into them now. You got off Facebook back in 20. That was a good move, my friend. Timber Drifter, yeah. Hey, thanks for being here, by the way. Yeah, that's cool. I call what I do off-grid. I guess it is by modern definition. Yeah, I mean, when I say off-grid, I mean the colloquial term, not the technical term. I mean, even though I mean both, but off-grid has come to mean a lot more than just not connected to the power. Timber Drifter says the Shootist is one of the only old ones that holds up for me. Watched it a couple years back. Yeah, it's really good. Tried to look up information on the author. Didn't find much on him. You're on Instagram. I post on Instagram. Well, I would post on him more, but it got hot and I didn't take more photos. I'm trying to post old historical photos, me dressed up. And I want to get the next one. I want it on my horse. So that's what I'm doing on Instagram. I still am there, but I don't get into things. Instagram has always been my place where I don't do anything political, nothing controversial, all just for fun. I unfollow anybody that gets into that crap. So anyway, that's my social media stuff. And I tell you what, folks, my brain is getting a lot better. Like, I couldn't remember names for nothing. I've said that 100 times on my other channel, and just weird things to my memory because I think it was overloaded with information. So yeah, I envy you guys who got off social media a long time ago, but I was using it because I live alone. My poor girl says, "What do you mean? You're not alone." Sorry, Maddie. Just not the same as human interaction. And so because I live alone, social media really made it possible for me to live alone. But now I'm getting better every year, better mentally, and emotionally, and every year I improve. So this year I finally just got tired of it. That's what I was waiting for. Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube all the time, but even YouTube can be annoying with so many YouTubers, um, with all their everything's so drastic and so, like it's the worst thing ever. I can't stand even looking at those thumbnails and reading those titles. But I see them. So YouTube's kind of annoying too, but a lot of good. I listen to YouTube almost all day long. My dog. Hey, good girl. I think she wants out. Brain didn't work full horsepower when I was on the social medias. Yeah, it's amazing, and you know they design it that way. It's intentional, and because even still, I click on, I open it because I got to break the habit, and it's not too bad to just open it, look at whatever the top post is. Since I've been off of Facebook, they were really bad about posting ads and all this crap to get me to click. And now that I'm off Facebook, I've seen how they changed up my algorithm to get me back. Because now they're like the first post when I open it, it's always something that I actually like. And I swear, I guarantee they do that on purpose. They know that somebody who is leaving, they need to draw them back in with the community angle that they started with, and then get you roped into all the emotional stuff that keeps you addicted. So anyway, hey Royce, I assume that's Royce. Good morning. Yeah, it feels different doing the live streams in the evening. But Royce and Jennifer, hey guys. Yeah, well, I'm enjoying this. Like I was saying to other people, because I'm not on Facebook anymore, this is my daily update thing. And also, it's going to be fun for me because this month and this next year, I want to really improve this place. And starting now with my cabin. So it's going to be fun to track it and see the progress I make. And when I need to get away, I've got a spot up there that I like to go to and sit. It's got a good view going a different direction. The view here, I'm able to see into town. And yes, doing a live stream in the morning where I got a couple good Westerns to discuss and Western history. I'm really doing a lot better at focusing that live stream on history stuff. And maybe eventually I'll get back to making some videos when I get things kind of under control. At the point I'm at now, guys, it's a lot of building, and it feels kind of stressed out to not have a finished home. So I'm in a building phase of my life where I'm trying to get my home over there going, and then hopefully that will make things more stable and settled, and then I can work on this thing slowly and get it set up as a guest house, and then start doing other things and be a little bit more relaxed. But kind of a lot of pressure at this point. I feel a lot better after clearing it out a lot. I got to get back to clearing crap out because I've kind of let it pile up. This stuff, all these tanks, they either go up there full of water or they go in the storage, but I got to clean out that and organize that storage before they go in there. So this is why I love this place, and I'm super glad I got it. But sometimes I wish I hadn't brought so much stuff. I kind of wish I could just start over with just bare land and my artesian well, but just bare land and my artesian well, and just build up now that I've lived this way for 8 years and I've got a good idea of how I like to live. It would be fun to start over and do it the way I want it, which is kind of the theory I've been doing here. Get all the junk off of here that I don't want, clean it up to where it's pretty much bare bones, and then start in, because I am very glad I have that cabin here. So anyway, I don't know, that's just that's some of the feelings I have on the thing. Yeah, Dead Wolf Resistance, Timber Drifter, same time, same bat channel. Facebook is a lot of ads and reels nowadays. It's strange. Yeah, it's really bad. And then a lot of them, for me, I don't know how it got that way. Maybe because, I don't know, a lot of just controversial, like the, oh, that's what it is. They showed me a whole lot of stuff. Like, they started showing me a whole lot of crime around the country and around the world, like really bad stuff that happens. I don't want to see that. Like, I mean, I don't need to see that to feel bad for people. I bet there's nothing I can do. And reading about a girl that gets murdered, that doesn't help me. And it doesn't help her for me reading about it. It's obviously just to stir up emotional stuff so that we keep going, which is where I'm at with movies. If I do make a video, I'm gonna talk about how movies use emotion. And I've got a couple of, there's a lot of people, they don't realize that movies are telling a story that they don't know they're being told. I'll tell you guys, there's certain levels of the brain that movie makers appeal to. And I've got videos of movie makers talking about this. And there's an emotional level that we don't pick up on. I pick up on a lot of it, but I don't pretend that I pick up all of it. But I pick up on a lot of it because I've been studying that stuff for a long time. And a lot of people don't realize that. They don't know how to make movies. I've been studying how to make movies and how to edit. And so I've learned this stuff that because I want to do it. I want to do that with my movies. I want to tell a story that moves people. And it's essentially manipulation. It's the same thing as advertising. It's the same thing as propaganda. I mean, that's just what it is. That's just what writing is. That's what movie making is. That's why that saying, the pen is mightier than the sword, came about. Because people figured out you can manipulate and you can move people with good writing. And same thing with good pictures. Yeah, it is more brainwashing, absolutely. And people don't pick up on it. That's why you can see, I'm able to see major political issues now, or major political issues that were big in 2016, 2018, major political issues, and then I see them being pushed in a movie that was 20 years earlier. And you realize, or a TV show, and you realize, wow, okay, they were really setting the stage for this to become a major issue. Because, 30 years ago or whatever, when I was young, and I just heard these things, I just thought they came out of nowhere. Like Dr. Kevorkian is a good one. In the 90s, the assisted suicide was a big issue. And I just felt like, oh, just some doctor came out of the woodwork, wants to kill people. And, but no, that had been in the works in the 70s is when it really started. And they would, sometimes movies would show that side of the story. And actually, they did it in The Shootist. That's why I'm talking about it. I'm not going to talk about it tomorrow because that's a little too deep. I want to get for that channel. But in The Shootist, they actually had a suicide message in the movie. And that's why, even though us Old West guys, we might have values that our Old West movies don't share. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that particular issue. But anyway, pretty fascinating to see how Hollywood was pushing these agendas early on. Another favorite of mine is Community. It was made, the first season was 2009, and they were already talking about these issues that I never even heard about until 2016, 2017, when all that, when the world started going downhill big time, fast. And so then I watched Community, I realized, wait a minute, this was 2012. They were already talking about these issues. A lot of the issues that became mainstream, because Hollywood is where a lot of the thought issues come from. Hollywood and New York. It's where a lot of our mainstream ideas originate. And a lot of people will tell me I'm silly for saying that and believing it. And that's why I want to make that video, to just show, no, I'm not making this stuff up. It's there. In the shootist, the doctor told John Wayne a story. He said, I saw a guy. Wait, I can't remember right now exactly how it went, but the doctor told John Wayne, after he had told him he has cancer and he's going to die, he says, I told a guy once who had it, and he told him how bad the death was going to be. And he told him, I told a guy once who had it, that there's one way to take care of it, to avoid the pain, if you only have the courage. So he was basically telling John Wayne and the audience that he says, if you have the courage, the way that it was, I need to show this. Maybe I'll show it on this channel. The way that he said it, it gets the audience, oh, what's real courage? Oh, to be willing to kill yourself when you know you're going to die. That's exactly what he was telling him. And that was the message, that real courage. Now remember, this is a John Wayne movie. Anybody who likes John Wayne is all about courage, strength, manliness. That's why we like John Wayne. That's why we go to his movies. I mean, they're more than that, but that's the driving factor. That's what John Wayne represents, is the good American man, the strong American man. And so to bring up courage in a John Wayne movie is a pretty big deal, because that's why we're there. And so that was that Kevorkian message in 1976, even though Kevorkian didn't really go mainstream until the 90s. Apparently he was active in the 70s. And I looked it up, that in the 70s there was some early birds on that issue. Now, I'm not saying that you need to hold my issue, my view on that particular subject. I'm just trying to convey how those issues are in the movies, as you guys already agree with me. But I'm just, that's my big thing, is wanting people to be literate, movie literate, theoliterate, cineliterate. Hey, there we go. I'm trying to coin a phrase that I can use. Cineliterate. Which, by the way, guys, I used to, when I was in a church, I used to have a group, a weekly group. It was mostly for fun, but for me, it was fun and talking about movies. So we'd get together on a Friday, and we'd talk about movies, or we'd watch a movie, and then I was prepared at the end with points to talk about it and lead a discussion on it. This was at a church in Seattle. It wasn't my idea. The pastor there started it. He handed off to my cousin. So it was a theological thing initially, back when I used to go to church. And then, so my cousin took it over, and he did a great job with it. And then I started my smaller time one on the east side. I was living over in Kirkland, which is near Seattle. And so now I want to do that, but without the religious emphasis, just with, hey, this is how you interpret movies. This is what they're telling you, and you might not notice it. And here's the message that it's saying, but leaving out the religious part. So anyway, for whatever that's worth. All right, these are supposed to be different live stream videos where I just kind of give updates. But you know what? I'm also just talking about whatever I want to talk about. So, apparently it's interesting. Well, the wind is coming back, so that's nice. And believe it or not, these things haven't been blown away. Of course, I got them screwed a couple of screws. This is just to keep the sun off of my cabin. I mean, any shade helps. And then I block this off. I showed it in a different video. big tarp, covers the whole thing. I think it makes a difference too, because today I was thinking, I'm not going to put that up, and I was already hot at like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So I put it up, and I think it really helped. But yeah, this wind is kind of annoying, but hey, it keeps me cool in the summer. But this last spring, it got really old. So what I have to do is make sure the solar panels are faced in the right direction, because the wind's going that way. And as long as I got it faced that way, the solar panel holds up. But like those solar panels, those solar panels, even though they're faced the right way, I got to go move them so that the wind doesn't blow them over. So, I don't know, just stuff like that. That's what I got to deal with. Not everybody who lives off grid deals with the wind that I deal with. These horses. Goofballs. Hopefully I can get back to riding soon. I think I'll be able to. But gotta get all this stuff cleaned up. This stuff just adds up so fast. That's my popcorn thing, which I intend to use, but that's where I'm storing it. This garbage came from down there, so I gotta figure out what to do with all the garbage. So anyway, folks, thanks for joining me live from the creek side, and be back on the wild side tomorrow. So hope you all enjoy your Friday night, and if you need to, before the live stream tomorrow, watch The Shootist and The Lawman. Alright guys. Oh, I remember your edible roots several years ago. Currently eating a bunch of evening primrose roots. Oh, interesting. Primrose roots. Oh my gosh. Alright, that's cool stuff. Now we're talking. And a muskrat for dinner. Oh, that's cool, timber drifter. Yeah, maybe next spring. I'm getting more productive. I've been just overwhelmed and I didn't realize it. So hopefully next year I'll get some roots. I learned about, I got to go get some, I did pick some Oregon grape, and apparently those roots are really helpful for health. Should do a talk over a campfire one evening. Yeah, I will when it's not so dry and hot. Right now, fire is a huge risk around here, and because of the wind. If it wasn't windy, I could make a big dirt patch. I just don't want a wind gust to come in, and the wind gets stronger in the evening. But I really agree with the idea. But it'll be fall soon enough, and then life will be good again. Dead Wolf Resistance, campfire chats. That's cool. How do you avoid the fire danger? Maybe I'll take my wood stove. I'm not using it. Maybe I'll put my wood stove outside. Well, but getting it down on the ground would be a hassle. Well, I could take the wood stove out of that cabin. I got to take that out anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to sign out. Thanks again for the comments, and good chatting with you guys. And anybody else watching that's new, hopefully you like and subscribe. All right, folks. And even though this is the Creekside channel, remember, life's a lot more fun